Hey, welcome back. Today we're going deep, and I mean deep, into one of the biggest astrological shifts happening right now, Uranus and Gemini. I'm going to walk you through what this transit actually means, what it did the last time it showed up almost a century ago, and what I'm seeing happening right now in real time. And I'm going to bring in the medical astrology side of this too, because your body is really picking up on this shift right now, whether you realize it or not. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your nervous system has felt like it's on overdrive lately and what you can actually do about it. So let's get into it. So Uranus officially entered Gemini in April of 2026, and it's going to stay there until 2032. But it actually gave us a preview first. It dipped in back in July 2025, before going back, retrograding, and then coming back this year. So why does this matter? Every time Uranus changes signs, it disrupts. It shakes things up in whatever area of life, or in this case, whatever sign's energy it's moving through. And here's the thing, disruption isn't inherently good or bad, it's neutral. What matters is your mindset around it. Think of Uranus like the catalyst archetype in storytelling, also probably known as the inciting incident. So I think a really good example of an inciting incident, or like a catalyst example, would be the Matrix. And so if you think back to Neo in the Matrix, he's a programmer by day and a hacker by night, living a totally normal, if probably more restless life. And then everything gets turned around for him, or gets turned upside down, I mean. He goes looking for the white rabbit, he meets Trinity, and then suddenly he's face to face with a choice, the blue pill or the red pill. So that's Uranus energy. It doesn't really ask permission, it just shows up and says, choose. So just to give you a little bit more context, Uranus is like the disruptor. He is a planet of sudden change, awakening, and growth through disruption, through chaos. Wherever he travels, it breaks down what's outdated so something else new can take its place. In medical astrology, Uranus rules the central nervous system, the electrical impulses, and synapses that let your brain and body communicate. It's associated with spasms, the meninges, and health episodes that come on acutely rather than building up chronically, which is more of a Saturn issue. Gemini, known as the twins in astrology, is all about curiosity, mutability, logic, and mental stimulation. Gemini needs to learn, it needs to talk, it needs to connect ideas. It notices the small details and the patterns underneath them. In medical astrology, Gemini governs the respiratory system, the hands, and again, the nervous system. So when you put it all together, Uranus and Gemini, you get a transit that's here to bring in new ideas, new forms of communication, and, quite literally, an upgrade to our nervous system. Something I've kind of noticed right now is I get like really wound up. I can get really stressed out. And there's been bouts of where I get really tired. So tired that I think I'm coming down with something. So I think this is all part of that Uranus and Gemini nervous system issues that we're feeling right now. So let's go back in history just a little bit so we can get a little bit more context. Uranus was last in Gemini from 1941 to 1949. So what did that era actually look like? We were in the middle of a major global conflict. The U.S. had remained neutral in that conflict until December 7th of 1941, when everything changed and we entered it directly. And on the technology side, this era is almost unbelievable when you line it up. So, what did we see around that time? This period gave us the first software-controlled computer and the first electronic digital computer. It gave us LSD, the aqualung, kidney dialysis machine, which is very important. I mean, there's lots of people that use that technology to this day. Hypertext, advances in nuclear technology that changed the world permanently. Mobile phone technology, the transistor, and on the lighter side, the slinky, silly putty, and cake mix. So, in one breath, you've got the biggest military and defense innovations in human history, the birth of modern computing, and the birth of modern American home and consumer life. That's Uranus and Gemini, disruption and innovation. Both side to side, there's no distinguishing between the two. So now let's kind of go into the current weather, what we're seeing right now, this time around. And so AI has completely infiltrated our everyday lives. Data centers are popping up everywhere. We're drowning in AI-generated content that isn't real but looks real. We're even seeing people struggle with a distorted relationship to reality because of how much time they're spending with AI. And honestly, that tracks because AI really kind of came online alongside Pluto's move into Aquarius. So, also, I remember recording a video last year about men who were marrying their chatbots. So that's also something that has happened because of AI. So also, more and more studies are coming out about how tablets and phone use are affecting brain development in kids and creating a much more reactive, easily overstimulated nervous system. I even notice it in my own son. I can tell when he has had too much time with devices. And so that's why I'm trying my best as well to limit that time for him. I can see where it's not serving him for the best, what word am I trying to say? It's just not serving him. And so we're still early in this transit, but the pattern that I'm watching, we're seeing escalating tensions in different parts of the world. We're seeing rapid development in remote technology. We're also seeing a public conversation about the risks of more powerful weapons and technology. And at the same time, on the research side, major scientific infrastructure is being taken offline for upgrades, CERN, and we're seeing real leaps forward in the next generation of computing, or even quantum computing. So what I want you to notice is the pattern, not any one headline. It's disruption and acceleration showing up at the same time across totally different areas of life, and that's Uranus and Gemini. And so maybe you're asking, why does this matter? What does this matter for us? Here's what I'm noticing so far. And I want to be clear, we are, again, still early in this transit. There's plenty more time and more things to happen. But we're definitely seeing global tension rise. That may get worse, it may not. We don't know yet. We're seeing rapid advances in technology and computing. And interestingly enough, we're also seeing a screen-free movement starting to rise up with teachers and parents, which is like a pushback, trying to let kids just be kids again. But the thing I keep coming back to is this, our nervous systems themselves, because they're going through a change, or what I would like to say, an upgrade. We are learning in real time how to deal with an almost unimaginable amount of change. AI, screen time, constant stimulation. We're learning how to process and metabolize increased stress in new ways. And this is going to imprint on future generations. It's hard to know exactly what more technology will look like once we're gone, but we can safely assume it'll be even more advanced than what we're dealing with now. So the real question becomes, how do we balance being a human on Earth and being grounded in our body with being a human dealing with this sheer speed of technological advancement? And it kind of comes to the conclusion that we're a transitional generation. We are the bridge. And what does that mean spiritually? So lately, I listen to other astrology podcasts, and I love what Rick Levine has been saying lately, and that he points out that we used to think of Saturn as reality, as a solid, structured, provable world, and Neptune is everything that wasn't real or was out there, the dreamy, spiritual, intangible. But he makes note saying that that's flipped. Now it's Neptune, our spiritual life, our inner knowing, that's actually what's real and lasting. And the Saturnian version of reality, the material world we've been taught to trust so completely, is a thing that's fleeting. And yet, one thing we can't afford to do is forget the value of being grounded. Reality and staying rooted in our bodies is actually what helps us reach for our connection with each other. Because underneath all of it, we are one and we're the same energy. So, the question I want to leave you with and actually walk through with you is, what can we do right now to support our nervous systems through this insane time? And if you find that you have to work with AI, or you're just spending a lot of time on screens because of work or whatever, or hobby, you have to make yourself take time to go outside, to get grounded, and to actually feel like you're in your body again. Do breath work. Or my favorite too is to take herbal allies. Specifically, look at adaptogenic herbs and nervines. Both of these types of herbs are what I reach to all the time when I'm feeling a little wound up, or maybe a little bit more stressed out than usual. And so adaptogenic herbs help your body adapt to the stressors happening to you and around you. So you want to think tulsi, ashwagandha, rhodiola, and nervine herbs help calm down an overreactive nervous system. So you want to think like chamomile, catnip, lemon balm. And of course, always do your own research and bring in your doctor, talk to your healthcare provider before adding anything in, because just so you're aware that some herbs can have contraindications with medications or existing conditions. So always, always, always do your own research and reach out to your own healthcare provider. So back to what I was saying. We are transitional generations. Our nervous systems are changing. They're getting an upgrade, and that gets imprinted. It gets passed on down to future generations. So take the time away from technology if you can. Feel your body. Don't forget that, yes, we're here on Earth dealing with everyday reality, but don't forget that we're all connected spiritually as well. And Uranus in Gemini is going to keep unfolding over the next several years, and I'll be tracking it with you as it does. And I just want to know that if any of this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you're noticing in your own life. If you've been feeling really tired or stressed out, how has your body been feeling, your own nervous system? And if you have found this helpful, please like, share, subscribe, because we're we've got a long road ahead of us with this transit, and I don't want to miss where it goes next. And always don't forget that um, every layer you uncover changes how you see everything. All right, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye.